So I wanted to do a video on satanic sex or satanic sexual relations because, like Anton LaVey stated in the Satanic Bible, I believe he did anyway, this is one of the most misunderstood aspects of Satanism, and he knew it would be even prior to writing the Satanic Bible. And the reason that it's so misunderstood, one of the things is Satanism is a carnal religion. Lust is one of the things that Satan represents, as Satan represents all of the so-called 7 deadly sins, as they lead to the gratification of the individual. So if Satanism represents lust and vanity and pride and all these good things, why doesn't it engage in sexual magic rituals or orgies or anything like this? Well, it doesn't necessarily not engage in these things. However, one of the things that's important to understand is the concept of satanic sex, as outlined in the Satanic Bible, is that the practitioner's sexual predilections are explored within the confines of what would be considered respectable behavior. What do I mean by that? The main issue with Satanism is personal liberty, okay? So this gets rid of all these ideas of pedophilia and all this crap. In fact, Satanism is the one religion that actually states unequivocally that I'm aware of, the only religion I'm aware of that unequivocally states that you should not harm children. Okay, and of course involving children, things that they are not old enough or mature enough to understand would be harming them, correct? Okay, so that throws the pedophilia thing right out the window. However, this doesn't mean that that a person that has a liking for younger girls or younger boys or things of that nature is thrown out the window. There are plenty of people of legal age that appear to be younger, okay? So the main thing here is, how do you explore your sexual predilections, be they heterosexual, homosexual, transvestism, etc.? And people will go, well, this is all kinds of crazy. And they'll go, well, you're against homosexuality. Yes, I personally am. And this might be what people don't understand. How can you be against homosexuality and support people's personal liberty to explore these things? Well, because it's not my place to tell other people what they do within the confines of their own bedroom. To quote Nicholas Schreck, and I'll leave a link to the interview on the first family of Satanism. To quote Nicholas Schreck, who was the significant other of Zena LaVey, or Zena Schreck, as he said, the Werewolf Order, which was his organization, was diametrically opposed to homosexuality as it's an anti-natural stance. And the thing is, do whatever you want within the confines of the law and within the confines of good morality, but take into consideration you're taking onto yourself the responsibility of what you do. The responsibility which is, as I said, the universal laws of God. There's a reason things are sins. Homosexuality increases your risk of sexually transmitted diseases. It increases your risk of being a social pariah, or at least it used to. And there are things that, come with your bizarre predilections. The thing with orgies, why is Satanism against orgies? Well, because orgies are a very mechanical, same thing with sexual magic, usually. It's a very mechanical, methodical thing. It's not lustful at all. It's mechanical. It's sterile. It's not what you think. People that have practiced sex magic would know this. It's not what you think. It's not what the outsider thinks. It's different. It's more of a sterilized, mechanical, repressive expression of human sexuality. And that's another thing. Now you might say, well, this goes against what Anton LaVey said in the Satanic Rituals, about how you know that the ritual chamber must express a balance of the polarities of masculine and feminine. Yes, it does disagree with that, but you have to understand there is a difference between the religion slash philosophy of LaVeyan Satanism and the practice of satanic magic. As I said, sexual magic would technically be more or less opposed to the free expression of one's sexuality. And people go, oh, well, you sound like some kind of Freudian hippie or something like that, or some Reichian hippie, or, you know, some sexual liberation kook or something like that. I might not, but the fact of the matter is, I stand firm. I'm against these things, but that does not give me a right to tell consenting adults what they can and what they cannot do with their own bodies in the confines of their own homes. It's not my place. And this is where, again, where personal liberty becomes a key expression, a key factor, a key focus in Satanism. Now, I'm going to quickly get into drug use, because the thing is, in Satanism, LaVey was against excessive drug use, okay? Notice excessive. He was against the use of illicit drugs, but he was against excessive use of tobacco and alcohol. Yeah, okay. But the thing is, I agree more with Ellen White or with Dr. Kellogg in the sense that I'm against any use of alcohol or tobacco, or even excessive use of caffeine, in the sense that I do not think that the excessive consumption or even the moderate or mild consumption of things like nicotine or alcohol works, because LaVey's concept was that these things distort one's perception of reality, and if your view of reality is distorted, it causes you to be out of step with reality. Remember, a lot of LaVey's ideas come from the philosophical approach of objectivism, and a lot of the other philosophies that played a role in LaVey's synthesis of LaVeyan Satanism are similar to objectivism, such as Machiavellianism and other things of that nature. Machiavellianism, Nietzscheism. There are differences. Like Ayn Rand does an excellent, maybe I'll look for that, where Ayn Rand compares her view to Nietzsche's. And Ayn Rand does an excellent way of explaining how objectivism is far, far different than Nietzscheism, and is obviously far superior to Nietzscheism as a philosophy to live by. And that's really all for this video. I just wanted to throw this out there before I get into my my videos on voodoo again. I'm going to be doing one probably later tonight on spirit possession and divine possession in the practice of Louisiana voodoo. And that's all for this video.